Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here with another recreation report. Today we're at our South Walton Community Center here in Social Circle. It's right across the street from our South Walton Athletic Complex, and we're very close to completion. They're actually going to have the election here on May 24th, so we've got a temporary CO that we'll be able to use some of the building, some of the downstairs. We're having a little trouble getting the fire marshal or the elevator inspector back from the state, so we can open up the building completely. There's a few other things we have to do on the outside as far as the walking trails and get the lake up to the proper height with our drainage system, our siphon system that we're going to put in. But this building itself is coming together very nicely. I'm actually in the workout area upstairs in the facility, and then we have a gym down below that's a full sport court facility that'll have a curtain that'll come down. You can play games, the same traditional lengthways, or we can play the shorter ways. We'll have movable bleachers that will move around if we want to change the direction that we're playing, or if we're playing volleyball or any of those other sports that we might utilize the gym for. So elections will be here. This facility has two community rooms with a really nice divider wall that can go up, so we could have up to 4 rooms in those community rooms. They're divided by a room that we can store tables and chairs, and then a more of a smaller type kitchen. It's more for a caterer's type kitchen that we have a refrigerator, ice maker, and countertops. Then we have 3 offices that are located downstairs as well. Not only do we have the upstairs work area that we always do at the community centers, where we have a walking track that goes all the way around. This one is a little longer. Instead of 16 laps, it's a 14-lap trail for a complete mile. And then we'll have the Nautilus equipment, the treadmills, the ellipticals, the bikes, and all that stuff we'll have up here. And then downstairs we'll have the more of the free weights, the dumbbells, the jump ropes, and the balls, and all those things that people enjoy to do. We'll have those downstairs in a room. So it's a great facility. We'll have a walking trail outside. The length will be close to a mile around the edge of the pond. Half of the pond will be somewhat of a nature trail, and then about 3/4 of a mile will go around this building, and half the lake that'll be paved eventually. So there's a huge parking lot here, so we should have plenty of room for everyone to come during basketball events, or just during the daily workouts, or during elections that they'll have here for a long time. And again, it's right across the street from our athletic complex on Fairplay Drive. It's next to the old football field and the primary school, so everyone come out. We will be broadcasting the grand opening really soon. Even though we're going to have a temporary CO, we're going to wait to have the grand opening when everything is complete, including the walking tracks and the lake is filled up and all the furniture and everything is moved in. So we're really looking forward to adding this to one of the amenities that Walton County has to offer. And that is the best place to look, is our website for all the amenities that Walton County has. We have a lot of great parks and great facilities, great walking areas, nature trails. The Splash Park is now open, and it is getting booked very fast for birthday parties. So if you're interested in that, give us a call, and we'll try to fit you in one of our schedules. We're open right now in the afternoons during the week, and then from 10 to 6 on the weekends. We're closed on Mondays just to do a little bit of maintenance around the area. So the community center and the Splash Park is doing very well. We've averaged around 75 to 100 people during the weekends, and around 25 to 30 during the week. So once again, it's a big hit. Kids have a great time at that facility. We had our WASP, our Walton Adaptive Sports Program, ended last Saturday, and they all came out, about 40 of them, and had a great time at the splash pad. So it's great for kids with any, if they do have any disabilities. It's a great place for them to go and cool off. Everything is concrete, so they can, if they have a wheelchair or they need to walk around with assistance, it's very easy, and the water splashes around, and they have a lot of fun with all the kids around. One other thing I do want to mention is our baseball and softball, football, cheerleading, soccer, all of those things that we play in the fall. It's now time to register. Please don't delay. We've got a lot of people that have already registered. We've started our football and cheerleading registration early, but there's still some spots available. And we'll register the rest of this week, and then we'll end here at the end of May. So don't delay. Once the registration is is over, we only have a few spots that we may or may not fill. So make sure you get in to register for any of those fall sports. That's football, cheerleading, baseball, softball, soccer, cross country, all those things going at one time. And we want to make sure your kids are able to play wherever at the park that they choose. Sometimes once your registration is over, you have to go to some of the other parks that may be a little more or a little less convenient for you. So make sure you get in to register so you can get into the park that you want, because we've experienced an increase in registrations, and as you know, when that happens, the parks do fill up fast. So get in and register. Our fishing derby last week out at Meridian Park was a big hit. We had a lot of folks come in and catch some fish, and hopefully next year, with our social circle pond being built, DNR is going to stock it, and we'll have a second fishing derby. A lot of folks like to come out and do that. So again, check our website, know about the splash park, come visit the community center once it gets open. We'll make sure we broadcast that out through our Facebook page, and through Civic Rec we'll send out emails and let everyone know when this beautiful facility is open. So until next time, remember, sportsmanship starts at home. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to get our program started today. Welcome everyone to our May membership luncheon. I am Amy Elliott. I am with Pinnacle Bank, business banker here at the Broad Street location. And I'm also here to be the chair of the board for the Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to first off thank Pastor Tommy and 1025 Church and their staff for hosting our luncheons here. So thank you very much. Over to Pastor Tommy for the invocation and the pledge.
Thank you so much. Would you stand with me, and I want to pray and then we'll do our pledge. Father, thank you again for allowing this group to meet, and I want to thank you for the progress that you've blessed them with, Lord, over this past year, and I pray continued blessing upon their businesses, their organizations. Also want to just pause and thank you for the food that you provided for us today. We love you, we praise you, and we ask you, Lord, to help us to be a better county. And Lord, we believe that comes through a relationship with Jesus Christ. So we pray that you'll bless every one of us today and help this meeting be a great time. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Let's pledge together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Pastor. All right, so now we are going to present the May Member of the Month. This month's recipient has been a member of the Walton County Chamber for almost 11 years. During this time, they have been very supportive. You can almost always find at least one team member volunteering for reality check at many of the schools. 2 team members are graduates of Leadership Walton. Also, they have sponsored chamber luncheons, our golf tournament, and will be a sponsor at this Saturday's Barbecue and Bags event. Other community involvement includes sponsorships of school sports teams, recreation leagues, Student Success Alliance, and Ducks Unlimited. This company has helped hundreds of families in Walton County secure financing to purchase their home. The person making this nomination stated this: this mother and son team treats each client like family and go above and beyond to make the home buying process as easy as possible. If you haven't already guessed, our May Member of the Month is Ecopia Home Loans. So Eva and Tanner Acock, if you'll please come up and accept your certificate. Congratulations again to Ecopia Home Loans, Eva and Tanner. And now I'm going to turn the mic over to our president, Terry Smiley.
Okay, so before I panelists today, we have a special presentation that we want to make. Most of you know that the Walton County Chamber sponsors a Youth Leadership Walton program. And we have, it's a 2-year program, so they're selected in their sophomore year. They get CEO level leadership training in their junior year, and then their senior year is community awareness type programs, so public safety, economic development, those types of programs. The Leadership Walton Alumni Association, the Adult Association, they made this program possible. They do a fundraiser every year to raise the funds to cover the cost of the program. It only costs the students $50 one time. So we feed them meals at every session. There's obviously some other costs involved. So we appreciate the Leadership Walton Alumni Association support. And this year they had some extra funds in the account. So they are going to award 3 scholarships. So it went to every senior that's in Youth Leadership Walton, and I don't remember how many we had apply, maybe 15, 16 apply, and they had to write an essay to go with their application. And the Leadership Alumni Board scored those applications, and so we are going to award 3 scholarships today of $1,000 each. And so as the student comes up, if you'll hold your applause until they get up here to get their certificate, because I'm going to actually read a couple of things from their essay about what youth leadership meant to them. So first up, we have Will Heron, currently attending George Walton Academy, and he'll be attending the University of Georgia this fall. In his essay, he said this: perhaps the most useful piece of leadership advice that I learned is how to lead a diverse group of people. Diversity is an important aspect of a group working together because it allows the group to achieve their goals in a more efficient and effective manner. He also said, another skill that can be applied to any future leadership role I have is how to be patient with the obstacles that come and to logic your way through them. The sense of perseverance in a leader will not only instill hope in your group, but will never allow you to be defined by a mistake or a bump in the road, which will lead to long-term success and growth for your group. Congratulations, Will. Our next recipient is Bella, I'm going to mess it up, Bella. Delula. Did I say it right? Almost, okay. Currently attending Walnut Grove High School, and she will also be attending the University of Georgia this fall. Bella said in her essay, I feel that Youth Leadership Walton's most valuable lessons were not about leading a group to accomplish some daunting task. Instead, the most valuable lessons were introspective, how to function, think, analyze, inspire, and motivate. These self-evaluations made me realize how I interact with others and consciously assess situations for the most effective response for the circumstances. The knowledge and self-realization have already made such an impact on my life, and I know it will equip me for the best possible path for success. Congratulations, Bella. Our final recipient is Nicholas Peppers from Social Circle High School, again headed to the University of Georgia this fall. Here's a little about what Nicholas had to say in his essay. This organization seeks to exemplify effective attributes and leadership skills in each of us in order to make us better members of the communities and organizations in which we serve. They helped me identify my own strengths as a leader, learn how to appreciate differences and strengths in others, learn how to problem solve, and learn that it's very important to give back to our community. Congratulations, Nicholas. To be able to work with this youth leadership program. These students are amazing, as you can tell by some of the things that they said. And I guess I need to say, go dogs. Okay, so now let's move on to our program. We're excited to host a business resources panel today. This is the first time that we've had this panel here, so I'm excited for them to share the benefits that they can offer y'all and resources. So first up, we have Cherie Bennett, with Economic Development Program Manager with the Georgia Department of Community Affairs. If you want to come, you'll just come on up and have a seat as I call you up. Kristen Miller, Senior Regional Project Manager for Region 5, which is our region, with the Georgia Department of Economic Development. And Allison Clower, Program Coordinator with the University of Georgia Small Business Development Center, also known as SBDC. So, okay, so we are going to start by asking each of them to give us a brief description of their agency and the area that they cover. So, whatever one of y'all want to go in, it's fine with me. You want to start, Cherie? Okay. Is the mic on?
Flip the switch.
Press the button for now. And then you don't have to turn
Slide
it
up.
off.
Just push it.
Can y'all hear me? Yes. Loud and some bright lights. Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you about the Georgia Department of Community Affairs, and I want to let you know first and foremost that I'm filling in for Beth Evanson, who is the Region 5 representative for DCA in this area, and she had a prior commitment, so she asked me to fill in for her. So I will do my best, but I certainly don't know as much about all of DCA's programs as Beth does. But I do want to say, if you have a pen, or you can come to me afterwards, I can give you Beth's contact information, so that if I do say something about a program that you're interested in, we can certainly talk about that, but you can also give Beth a call. So her number is 404-387-6977, or you can always email her at region5@dca.ga.gov. So she'll be that great point of contact for you. DCA actually has about 70 different programs divided into 3 main areas. I actually work in community and economic development, and I work in the state economic development part of that. And my programs are the Opportunity Zone program, the Rural Zone program, the Downtown Development Revolving Loan Fund program, and the Tourism Development Back program, and TA is for large-scale tourism development projects. Also, in state economic development, we deal with the job tax credit program and other programs for larger businesses. Also, in our community and economic development, not only we have state funds available, we also have federal funds available. You've probably heard of the Community Development Block Grant Program. So that's federal money that we give out to cities and counties, specifically to provide services to low and moderate income individuals. A lot of times you'll see these advertised or announced in newspapers, and it'll be a water and sewer grant, because water and sewer are kind of really important towards health and quality of life. So a lot of times those grants are for water and sewer upgrade projects. Also in our community and economic development, we do the Georgia Main Street program. The City of Monroe is a Main Street community. It's actually one of our gem communities, a Main Street of Excellence. The Keep Georgia Beautiful program, historic preservation. So that's just one area that we deal with. Another area is local government assistance, and that's assisting communities to comply with state planning requirements like the comprehensive planning program, service delivery strategy, annexation, even hotel motel tax compliance. We have another group under local government assistance that deals with building codes. So the standards on how buildings are constructed in Georgia. And then the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing, the GIG program, you may be familiar with, because I believe the City of Monroe and City of Social Circle both participated in the GIG program. And then we also have a safe and affordable housing component of DCA, and they have so many programs, but it runs the gamut from things like helping with homelessness, the Georgia Dream program, which I talked to you about earlier, which gives first-time home buyers down payment assistance, and that's for low to moderate income residents. And then even the LIHTC program, which is a low-interest housing tax credit program that gives incentives, the tax credits to developers to construct rental housing for low-income individuals. So all that to say, that's what DCA does.
All right. Thank you, Terry, for having us today. As Terry mentioned, I'm with the Georgia Department of Economic Development. We are the sales and marketing arm for the state of Georgia. Our mission is to grow business and investment here in Georgia. I cover the Northeast Georgia region, basically the same region that Beth Evanson covers. It's a 12-county area around the Athens area, which is Elbert County, over to Jackson, Barrow, down to Newton, Jasper, and then over to Greene and Oconee. Of course, Walton County is in that region, and I'm fortunate enough to work with Shane Short with the Development Authority and his team, and then of course Terry and her team on a variety of projects and initiatives. So our department is made up of a variety of divisions. Global Commerce is the project management prospect piece of the development or of the department. We also have international relations, tourism, film and TV, the Georgia Arts Council, and the Centers for Innovation. Georgia has been ranked the #1 state to do business over the last 8 years by Site Selection Professionals. Again, Georgia has a very favorable business climate, with our state having one of the top 10 lowest effective tax rates and a consistent AAA credit rating. Our third quarter numbers for economic development are already surpassing our FY21 end of year numbers, which was a record-breaking year with a pandemic. And so right now we're at 251 project announcements, and that equates to about 35,000 new jobs and $12.9 billion of investment for the state.
Hi everybody, thanks for having us here. I'm Allison Flower, and I'm with the UTA Small Business Development Center in Athens. We do have 18 statewide locations, so we serve every county. In the Athens office, we serve 12 area counties. So basically what we are, we just offer no-cost consulting, it's confidential, and low-cost continuing education for Georgia small businesses and people who want to start businesses. So I provided you with a handout. We do a lot of different things, so I won't go through them all. You can read those and see what all we do. I will say one of the things that's really popular with our existing businesses is that we do have a QuickBooks expert. So if you need help with that, we have classes online. We have someone in the office, Mike Myers. Many of you have probably worked with him. He's really great with that. We do have webinars. All of our statewide locations are doing webinars, so that gives us quite a variety of classes available. And we are starting to offer some in-person classes now. We just completed our Start Smart class, which we do once a year. That's a 5-week program for anybody who wants to start a business, and that covers everything from feasibility to finances to marketing. Grow Smart is coming up in the fall. That's for existing businesses who want to grow. So it's kind of like a little course, crash course on the CEO level. Some of our upcoming courses are strategies for our landscaping business. I mean, there's so many different choices out there. Financing alternatives for starting or growing your business. And then we have regular rolling classes of starting a business and how to write a business plan. And that's something that we assist with. We don't write them for you, but we're happy to help you with that. So again, we have a handout. One of the things with our impact, we're in the middle of doing our impact reports for 2021, but businesses that have worked with the SBDC do significantly better than your average business. Our business consultants, again, are no cost and have tangible business experience and all have MBAs and higher. So anyway, if we can help you, just feel free to give me a call. If you have my business card.
So if I didn't answer this question, I will ask you about things that would be all right to answer it. What resources does your organization provide for businesses?
I'll start.
Okay.
So my main client is existing companies within the 12-county area. So basically companies that are here in Georgia, I want to meet with them face-to-face, whether I go to their facility or we do a virtual meeting, that I meet with them one-on-one to discuss opportunities they face and challenges they have, and then try to match them up to different state resources that they may be eligible for. We can also provide site selection services, so if a company has outgrown their facility, We can either look for existing buildings or sites based on their criteria that they present to us. Market research, we can provide labor draw data. If they're having issues with raw materials, we can do a supplier search for the company, or even customer search. If they want to extend their customer outreach, we can pull based on industry classification codes, either NEXT codes or SIC codes, and then do a particular search within a particular mile radius for that company. Business incentives, our department is the main overseeing body to provide assistance for the business incentives. So if a company is looking to add jobs or purchase equipment, facility renovations, purchase land, there may be business incentives that they qualify for. It does depend on the type of business they are, and they do have to meet minimum thresholds on the job numbers and the investment number to qualify. But again, I'm happy to meet individually with the company to kind of see what they are eligible for. Employee training, we can get companies connected to Quick Start, which is the #1 training program in the nation. Also, we have our Centers of Innovation, which helps bring new ideas and technologies to market. So we have representation across the state, but their main focus areas are aerospace, energy technology, information technology, logistics, and manufacturing. Companies that are wanting to export, we have an international trade division that can work with companies that want to start exporting out to other countries. Also, we have international office assistants that can, we actually have 12 different offices around the globe with a state of Georgia staff member at that different office overseas. And so if qualified Georgia exporters want to enter new markets, we can work with that company to build more customer base or get more clients. We have a Georgia Made program. If a company creates, if for companies who at least 51% of their product that they manufacture is made here in Georgia, they can put this kind of Georgia Made logo on their product materials. Also, they're on specific supplier lists, and we really try to promote them around the state. Also, as I mentioned earlier, just connection with partners. I want to serve as your state liaison, so if you need to get connected to another department, that may not even be just an economic development unit, I want to be that state liaison to help you connect to the right contact and actually get you in contact with a person in a timely manner. So,
Awesome.
And I was going to mention 2 programs for small business that you might be interested in. One of those is the DDRLF program that I manage. It's Downtown Development Revolving Loan Fund program. How many of y'all have eaten at LR Burger in Monroe? Are y'all familiar with that? Okay, so that was one of our DDRLF projects where we stepped in to help them out with financing. The DDRLF program is for projects that are located within the core historic downtown district of communities, and we can step in to provide gap financing at a low interest rate. For most communities, that would be 3%, but in Main Street communities like the city of Monroe is, and they're in good standing, we can provide a 2% interest rate. So that might be something that y'all are interested in. We can talk about a little bit further. The other is the SSBCI program. Sorry about all the acronyms, but that's how we speak. SSBCI is the State Small Business Credit Initiative, and they have 2 programs as well. Some of the Walton County companies that have benefited from the SSBCI program are Euro Machine Building Company in Loganville, SoCo Roofing in Monroe, Audiology Consulting and Hearing Company in Watkinsville. So I'm going to read to you about the SSBCI program because I am not very familiar with this program, but they have 2 parts. One is the Georgia LPP, which is the Georgia Loan Participation Program. That's where the state is going to purchase a participation of up to 25% of an approved loan for loans ranging from $100,000 to $5 million, and our current maximum participation on that is $250,000. The other is the Small Business Credit Guarantee Program, where we can step in and guarantee a loan at 50% with a maximum guarantee coming from us of $200,000. Both of these are just to step in and make it easier for our local bank. It reduces the risk for that local bank so that they can participate in the project. Our partner in Walton County that participated in those 3 projects that I told you about is South State Bank. but we're always looking to get new partners in the SSBCI program.
I think I answered that question before, but also just kind of piggybacking on what they said is that we actually do assist with financing as well. We don't have access to the funds ourselves, but we help people get their businesses ready to go to the bank to apply for an SBA guaranteed loan. So that's one of the things that we do. Sometimes banks will even refer us, somebody with a great idea or a great business plan or an existing business may come to them and say, hey, this is what we have, we would like to get a loan, and maybe they don't have the business plan completed yet, maybe they don't have those financial projections prepared yet, and we can assist with that and help get that whole package together to then apply for that financing. So all of our business consultants have relationships with local lenders, and we're always happy to, and we want to broaden that. So if we can help anybody either obtain a loan or if there's any banks that want to work together, just let us know.
I actually often refer folks that come in for the DDRLF loan to y'all. If they're not quite ready, they're not where they need to be, and that business plan is not where they need to be, I often refer them to SBDC for assistance.
Well, and I also if companies are looking for financing, you all will kind of do the legwork for them in the sense of reaching out to different banks to see, hey, we have this potential company that does this, X, Y, Z, would y'all be interested in financing that? So they kind of do that for the company so they're not having to just go from bank to bank trying to figure out if a deal can happen.
Awesome. So what does a typical client look like?
Well, like I said, I meet with existing industries, and so we do some new regional recruitment. Some companies are leaving Atlanta and looking over in the Northeast Georgia region. So again, I'll help with figuring out where they need to land. But and I again work in concert with a lot of my local communities. But for the most part, it's existing industries that are looking to grow investment and jobs here in Georgia, and just helping them connect to different state resources or them or whoever, because they may not be familiar with what's out there or what's available, and we can kind of help navigate that and expedite a lot of that so they're not just having to go from person to person.
So I guess anybody can be a client of the SBDC, anybody that wants to start or grow a business. The biggest thing that I would say is if you want to start a business, sometimes I'll get calls of somebody, oh, yesterday I thought of this idea, or I've been thinking about this for 10 years. That's great, but at the end of the day, we're here to assist. And so, you really have to do your research, and we help with that as well. But anybody that's serious about starting a business or growing their business, we're happy to work with. That's clients. We also, if anybody's interested in getting in front of those people, we do partnerships with businesses in the area. So if you have a business that wants to get in front of maybe people starting businesses or people growing their business, then there's a conversation there too. We'd love to work with you.
I would say with DCA, as a state agency, most of the time we're dealing with cities and counties, so local governments and development authorities. So even on the DDRLF that I mentioned with L.R. Berger, the actual applicant for the DDRLF loan is the Downtown Development Authority of the City of Monroe. As a state agency, we can't give money directly due to the state gratuities clause. We can't give money directly from the state to a private business or a private individual, but the DDA serves as a conduit for those funds. So at loan closing for DDRLF, DCA makes a loan to the DDA, and the DDA makes a loan to the business, and at that point the DDA is out of it, but that's how we get by that. So most often cities and counties, local governments.
Okay. And if a business was interested in applying for a resource that y'all mentioned, how would they go about contacting y'all?
I'll start. Just call me. You all have my business card. You can email me, call me. I'm your first point of contact, and we'll then in turn figure out what your best next steps are.
And same, I have business cards, so if anyone's interested in reaching out, I'm happy to pin you a card, or you can contact Shane and Dessa, and I think they'd be connected too, so. Or Terry.
Yes, you can certainly contact me, but Beth Evanson, I think, would be your best bet on those. If you have questions about the SSBCI program that I mentioned, though, I would point you to Holly Hunt. If you're interested, I can give you her email address. It's pretty simple, holly.hunt@dca.ga.gov, and Holly is Holly.
If y'all want to send me all those contacts, I'll share those with everybody that's here. That way, most people didn't have anything to write on, didn't have a pen, so.
Well, and I'll forward, we have an incentive brochure that I'll also forward if you want to check that out to see what incentives you may be eligible for.
Awesome. So I know from the chamber standpoint, we refer a lot of people to SBDC. And they'll come in and say, thinking about starting a business, I'm looking for a location, I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, so have you met with SBDC? What'd you say? Small Business Development Center, they have free services, help you write a business plan, all that. So we refer a lot of people to SBDC. So what questions do you all have? Yes.
Direct my question to Allison. Wanted to see if you could talk about some of the webinars that y'all are offering to small businesses.
Well, we have so many. I did print out some that are coming up, but you can go to our website at any time and look at the whole schedule. It's Georgia SBDC, you spell out georgia.org/training, so look there. But just some of the ones that we do have coming up. We also have, I heard you say import-export. We have an entire department dedicated to that as well. Also, we have a minority business office. We have one coming up called Winning Through Customer Service. We do regular QuickBooks ones. Is your business built to last? That's one of the things over the last couple of years that is in the forefront of a lot of businesses' minds, like making sure to be prepared for any crises in the future. We are actually also having a Women's Business Expo in the fall. That's going to be in person at the Innovation Hub again. That was a really fun event last year. Even in weird times, because that was when things were still a little crazy, we still had, I think, about 60 participants, and that was really uplifting. So for that, so that's just a little bit. Are there any particular programs that you're interested in?
Yeah. I get some of your emails.
Yeah, absolutely. We also do some on cybersecurity. It's just kind of a rolling schedule. So just keep an eye out regularly for new things. And also, if you follow my Facebook page, the one that I cover is the SBDC in Athens. I'll post some of the ones that are going on.
You're welcome. Yes.
I work for a nonprofit. Does the SBDC, do you guys work with any nonprofits? I think a lot of these things would as well.
Yes, so because of the way we're funded through taxpayers, we do not work with nonprofits. But we always refer people to the Fanning Institute at UGA. They work with nonprofits. And then SCORE is also a program where you can get a mentor that does work with nonprofits as well.
You're welcome. I guess if they wanted to sign up for a webinar.
Oh, sure, you can watch webinars, absolutely, but just for the consulting.
And then there's also the Georgia Center for Nonprofits, which will, have webinars, basically kind of the same model that SBDC does.
Who else has questions? Okay, yeah, sorry.
You mentioned something that you have a webinar for QuickBooks, and that's my business. And I need QuickBooks. Can I go on here and it will improve my QuickBooks statement?
Absolutely. Yes, and that's why I make sure to mention it because that is very popular. So yes, we have one, just rolling ones. And actually, the thing that's funny about it is those classes don't always spell as well as some of the others, but they tend to be one of the topics that gets asked about the most. Anything financial, actually. I just think people don't want to deal with it, but it's obviously necessary. But yeah, we have a Mastering QuickBooks and all kinds of QuickBooks classes, everything from payroll to more stuff that I personally know nothing about. But Mike Myers in our office is a QuickBooks expert, and he's about to get some new credentials that he's in the process of getting as well. So he does work one-on-one with businesses for that as well.
Can I say another hand up anywhere?
We've got 15 minutes anymore.
Do y'all still do the market research? So if somebody has an idea, they've got a business plan, but then they can come talk to y'all, and you can say, I don't think that would ever
actually have access to some pretty expensive software that can do market research for you if you want to start a business or expand your business. We also have a lot of businesses, or a lot of people that will come to us that want to buy franchises. Sometimes franchising is one of the easiest things to get funding for because it's a proven model. So that's a little bit.
Well, thank y'all for being here. I don't know, maybe if y'all stick around, but I might have a private question there. So, thank y'all for being here. Congratulations to Acopia, I don't know where there's Eva over there, and Tanner. Thank you to the Leadership Alumni Association, and congratulations again to our students. A few quick announcements. Barbecue and bags. This is Saturday. Who's coming? That's not enough. Who else is coming? So it's going to be a great fun event. It's at Loganville Town Green. We do have, you can pre-purchase your barbecue tasting tickets. You can pre-sign up for our cornhole team. We have an advanced and intermediate level this year. Some of our intermediate players didn't get to throw very much last year, so we added that level. We have a DJ, several sponsors that will be there. That is presented by Southern Sanitation. So if y'all know Buddy, be sure to tell him thank you for sponsoring that. And you can see Carrie after luncheon if you have any other questions. Anybody have any questions? I can try to answer them. I mean, I'm pretty firm. Anybody? Tasting tickets are only $15. It's 6 ounces of pork, 1 ounce per vendor that we have there. It is buns, chips, and then there's 4 unique barbecue categories. So we have, what do they call them? Bacon Explosion. Johnny Knuckles has brisket egg rolls, smoked bologna, and brisket. So you'll get tasting of all of that for just $15 ticket price. So y'all come out, have fun, hang out a little bit. Coffee and Connections is June 1st, and that is at William Harris Homestead. Do anybody know where that is? Down Highway 11? Okay, north. And then our next luncheon will be here, June 9th. And so I have a couple of staff introductions. I introduced Brad at the annual banquet, but I don't think I ever introduced him at a luncheon. I know sometimes there are different people that attend. So Brett Fowler joined us mid-January, and he's our Director of Membership and Marketing. Brett, just raise your hand so they know who you are. He's back there with the camera. He's also the one that's been sending the emails with the fun subject lines. So if y'all enjoyed those, that's him. I have to run it by Carrie because sometimes I don't know what he's talking about. He does lots of movie and TV references. Is Deborah in here?
We got to work on your pop culture reference.
Okay, is Deborah in here?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so our newest team member, Deborah Rice, she started Monday of this week, and she will be our new office manager. And then she's going to kill me, but Connie, will you walk in, please? So Connie has worked for the chamber for 20 years. She is retiring June 3rd, and so we're going to host a drop-in reception for her. That's going to be on May 24th. Look for your email. We'll send out some information about it. It'll be a drop-in from 1 to 4 at the office. And please stop by and thank her again for her many years of service to the chamber and the community. So y'all have a great rest of your week, and we hope to see y'all Saturday at Barbecue Max. So thank y'all.
And as you can see, there's a lot of activity today. A lot of people out. It's a beautiful sunshiny day, so let's take some closer looks at the vendors.
Hey, I'm Randall Rowe at the Monroe Farmers Market. My specialty is carpenter bee traps, and the secret is the hole. It's the exact same size they bore. You just hang it close to where they're boring, Maybe in a day or two, they'll find it, and once you get a bee in it, it's amazing how fast it'll fill up. If I'm not here at the market, you can get them at Social Circle Ace, Boss Brothers in Loganville, or the new Monroe Ace here in Monroe.
All righty, and thank you. And guaranteed to catch the bees, right?
Guaranteed to catch bees. We've been doing them for 12 or 11 years, ever since the market opened, and we've yet to have anybody bring it back and say, this sucker don't work.
Hey, I'm Gabby, and this is my business partner, Cammie. We're the owners of Eleanor's Essentials. We're two teachers. This is kind of a side business for us. We make t-shirts, we make signs, anything you want. We love custom orders. You can find us on Etsy, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Eleanor's Essentials 3. We look forward to your business. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Sunday. This is Lee from Six Figs Farm. We are on the internet at https:6figsfarm.com, number 678-488-3318. We grow elderberries, figs, and many other perennial fruits and vegetables, and have honey and duck, chicken, and goose eggs.
Hi, my name is Christina Jones, and I represent the Wanna Grove FFA chapter, and all of these flowers behind me we sold in our greenhouse at the high school. We have a class called horticulture where all of the students in there actually sell these for a grade and everything. We sell these as a project and for a fundraiser for our chapter. We're actually going to national convention, so most of the money that we get from this is going to contribute to all of the people going to national convention, because we have people competing for at the national level. So we did have some sunflowers that we grew in our aquaponics system, but they got sold already.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Several, actually, new things to tell you about. We've got, I think, 4 new classes that I've just gotten up on our website and on Facebook in the last couple of days, and then we had a newsletter that went out today that features these 4 classes. So if you don't get our newsletter, next time you come in, we have a free newsletter that we send out anywhere from 2, 3, maybe 4 times a month. Depends on what we have going on, but at least twice a month. And you can sign up for it in our lobby area. We have a sign-up sheet for that, so feel free anytime that you're in to sign up for our newsletter. The new classes that we have going on is, one, we have a creative writing workshop with William Walsh. He's a fairly well-known, regionally well-known writer here in the South, and he's a professor of creative writing at a graduate level at a local college, and he's a published author himself and a fabulous teacher. He was one of the judges for our creative writing class, short stories and story books that we had last year, and he was one of the judges, and he was one of the presenters for the awards, and he just did a really great job. We were all really impressed with him. So he has, I think it's a 2 or 3 hour long workshop that's coming up in June. And then we also have our garden pottery gnomes also coming up in June, the first Saturday in June. He's June 11th. William Walsh is June 11th. The pottery gnome class is the first Saturday in June, and that's June 4th. And that's a drop-in, so you can drop in at 11 o'clock or you can drop in at 2 o'clock to make the pottery gnomes. They're the garden gnomes that are probably about this high. It's a real popular class. We've been asked to bring it back. So Rebecca is teaching that. You'll glaze it yourself. You'll pick out your own colors, glaze it, and then you'll pick it up in a couple of weeks. So that's the garden gnome class. That's drop-in. The William Walsh class you do have to pre-register for. The other thing that's coming up that's new is we have a new summer preschool program with Miss Carly, and that will be on Tuesdays. And she is teaching summer camp this summer, so it won't be on those weeks, but most Tuesdays through June and July, we'll have a preschool art program, and it's for ages 3 to 5. And you can find out more on our website, monroewaltonarts.org. And for that class, you register with Miss Carly, and her email address is on there. The last thing is we have a cyanotype class coming up. That's sun printing. It's a really old, couple 100 years old form of photography where you treat paper in a certain way. If you're familiar with blueprints, that's how blueprints were made, that pretty blue with the white printing on it. So it's similar to that. You use a treated paper, and then you'll bring in your own flowers or feathers or things that you would like to have printed. And we have a new teacher. Her name is Camden and Ecker. We're real excited to bring on a new teacher. She's a classically trained classical oil painter, and we'll be bringing her on with oil painting classes very, very soon. We're working out all the details, but she is teaching this cyanotype class in June as well. So it'll be a lot of fun, and you'll walk away with a print, and she'll also give you enough materials to make another print at home. And of course, our Art ASAP program, which is our after-school arts program, that is over for the summer. It will pick back up in September, but you can still register, and I encourage you to go ahead if you know you want to do that, because they're already getting full, if not some of those class times are full. So all that information is online on our website, monroewaltonarts.org, or of course come in and pick up one of our class lists. It has everything on there. It's just a quick list, and then it does direct you to the website for all the details, for photographs, for fees, how to register, any information that you need about the class. Of course, we're registering for our summer art camps. Pottery camp is full. We're taking a wait list in case we open up another camp for that, but the pottery camp is full right now. We still have 4 weeks of mixed media camps that still have some openings in that. Again, if you go to the website or come in, we can talk to you about that. And the last thing is, a couple last things. By the time you see this, our tiny art show will be in the gallery. And right now this is the Congressional show. It will be gone, but we will be hanging the tiny art show, and it will be ready for viewing on Thursday. And we're real excited about that. We don't really know what to expect. It seems like we've gotten a lot of interest in it, so I think we'll have some new artists for you to see. And tiny art just means that it's 8 inches or smaller, and that makes it affordable, and it makes it fun, and little pieces that you can pick up just to brighten a corner of your home or your office. So we hope you'll come see that. That show will be here through, I think it's July 7th. So it will be ready for viewing Thursday. It'll be here throughout the rest of May, June, and then through July 7th. And then the last thing is Monroe Blooms, of course, is coming up. That's the next big kind of Monroe-wide event that will be here in town. And here at the Art Center, we'll have at least 2 workshops. We'll have a flower canvas painting class for kids. And then Rebecca will bring back her super popular garden stake class where you can make a sunflower. If you've been here before and you've made a sunflower in the past, she's got an alternative flower that you can make, a daffodil. So that's on June 18th in Monroe Blooms. Things will be going on all over town. Here also at the Art Center, we'll have kind of the beginning of a baby art festival. So I think I've got at least 17 booths signed up right now, tents that will be outside, and we'll have artists and makers outside selling their wares. So it'll be a fabulous day to get out, shop our artists, shop our makers, and support them. See what's going on in the town. There'll be competitions and floral arrangements and all kinds of things going on with blooms. And I think workshops that the city also will be having. So come see us, pick everything up. I know it's a lot. It's a lot of information, but it's all on one page, or you can go on our website, monroewaltonarts.org. We'll see you soon.
Isaac over at Reboot, giving you the Reboot Tech Tip. Just want to talk a little bit about lightning and electronics. When there's a lightning storm around, we'll get lots of phone calls the next day about stuff being blown up, network's not working, I don't have internet, just all that kind of stuff. I will say, in my experience anyway, absolutely nothing stops lightning. If it wants to come in your house, it's coming in. I will say there's a couple things that lightning loves for whatever reason, but lightning loves networking equipment. It'll come in like on your line from the city of Monroe. I'm not talking about the power, but I'm talking about the cable line or the Comcast line or the Windstream line, whatever it may be. It'll come in on that, it'll run through the modem. It might blow up the modem, it might blow up the computer, it might blow up your router, all that stuff. So, you know, the safest thing to do no matter what is if there's a lightning storm, go ahead and unplug your equipment. You know, unplug the computer, unplug the router. I mean, just all your internet-based stuff, because again, I don't know why, but lightning loves networking equipment, it loves internet equipment, it loves computers. I mean, we see blown out ports on computers. It'll leave the whole computer fine, but the little networking port on the computer, it'll blow out. Stuff like that can be fixed. Obviously, replace equipment, or you know, USB devices can be installed to kind of help with stuff like that. But there's nothing that I'm aware of that will stop lightning. We've had an experience with a guy that tried to stop it, I think, with an electrician installing some stuff, but I haven't heard any success on anything. So again, the safest thing to do is just unplug your equipment so it doesn't come in on your networking lines and stuff like that. But anyway, that's it for today. Isaac giving you the Reboot Tech Tip.
My name's Eddie Metcalf. I enjoy working in my yard, and you know, I can't do that anymore because I'm missing most of my lung. They did a CAT scan of my kidneys. No more kidney stones, that's the good news, but we found a spot on your lung. That frankly scared the hell out of me. I hadn't smoked in 22 years. How could this happen to me? He said, well, you know about radon gas. Well, you know, I heard about it. He said, well, the second leading cause of cancer in America is radon. 22,000 people a year die from this. I literally left the doctor's office, got a test kit, put it in the house, and our result was 39.8. The upper limit is 4. We got to get this fixed. That was on a Monday, and on Wednesday, our mitigation system was up and running. Well, I think everybody should have their house tested. We'd never known we'd still be living there. I could get another tumor from it, but right now it's changing my life.
To me, the most important thing about being in the human race isn't winning. It's participating, living life to the fullest, emphasis on living. This is what makes life, life. Yet how much of life are we willing to miss out on? Untreated hearing loss affects our mobility. It increases the risk of falls by 50%. Good hearing health is essential to staying engaged and doing what we love. Hear well and stay vital. Get a hearing health check every year.
Sign up and receive individual or group fitness tracking, fitness demos by certified trainers, recipes, and a guide to resources in your Georgia County, all in one easy-to-use site. When you move more, you live more. WalkGeorgia.org.